Hey, Origin Gaming. No one's here yet, but whatever. Y'all are slow anyway. Y'all show up late to raids. So, we'll just start it off right now. So, going into week 9, I have not yet been able to finish the last updates of the scores for this week. I'm missing Nightfall scores still from one team for not the first week. They've been late giving me their Nightfall scores, and I haven't updated last night's PvP match. Though from initial counts, it looks like the usurpers uh, out outdid the diamond cutters. Oh, Winnie wants to say hi, so she's going to do that because she's right behind me. So it looks like uh, War Wizards team Shinsan Massacre went 1-1 in PvP. The usurpers went 2-0, and the diamond cutters went 0-2. Reminder, there is no change in the raid this week. We're going to go with Crown of Sorrows and Prestige EOW. So I know Frank's team, the Diamond Cutters, have completed Scourge of the Past, which they had not done earlier. So they did get 2 points for that. That score is updated in the tab for that week. I figured it would keep it more straightforward to just put it there rather than stacking raids on raids on raids in 1 week. So they did get 2 points, bringing them up slightly. I didn't notice really any major trends in the ordeal this week. I haven't really gone through the scores. I did get the pictures again from Shane and Frank's team, but I'm still waiting on it from the pictures from the Chainsaw Massacre if they did their raise this week. I have not gotten any pictures for Crown or Prestige UW, so nothing there to update. Prestige UW this week, by the way, is pretty easy. Auto rifle, and then considering what it could be, it is one of the better weeks that I've seen so far. I think maybe the first week was still might have been the best, but it's definitely up there. So for PvP, it seemed like everyone enjoyed Rumble last week, which is good. Like I said, it's I think my favorite week that we have so far, or we've had and will have. I think I like it better than this last week, but I think this last week will be a better final week. No, stop eating that. For overall. It was cool that everyone figured out to put shaders on to figure out friend versus foe. It's not something I thought of, but got to adapt and overcome. A lot of friendly fire going on, but it looks like everyone tried their best not to, if possible, shoot their teammates. So that's good as well. One note, the scores are a little different than I expected them. For final blows, you did get an extra point. So obviously, your KD is a little bit off. So they're not going to be whole numbers. So you actually end up with a few extra deaths if you had a lot of final blows. So if you had a lot of final blows, you end up your KD takes you up to more deaths than you might have otherwise been counted for. But I think overall, I think the scoring worked out well. I don't think there were really any complaints. There were some really close rounds, especially in that Chainsaw Usurpers matchup. 0.06 separated the two teams at one point, or in the first round, and 0.2 only in the or 0.1 I think in the final round. So without further ado, we'll move on. So for the Nightfall, we're gonna do this with no supers allowed. So you can still use grenades and melee abilities, but you cannot use your super. So really, I don't care what class or subclass you run, just no supers. For kinetic, we're going to go sniper rifle. For energy, we're going to go bow. And for heavy, we're going to go anyone you want. So again, that's going to be sniper, bow, and anything you want. So the Nightfall this week is Tree of Probabilities. So that should be fun. Stop biting. Stop. So that should be fun for everyone. So now for the PvP, there will be no restrictions to loadouts, weapons, classes, subclasses at all. How we're going to run this is we're going to do Clash for the last week. And it's going to be, I know people have sort of asked for this, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently, 1v1 Clash. So each team is going to pick 5 people. So an hour before the scheduled start time or the start time of the first match, as I explained, that'll make more sense. I need your team's order that they are going to go. You send it to me. The captains will send it to me. Don't send it in the captain's chat. Just send it to me. We'll keep it. I want them to stay secret. So by 1 hour before the match. At that point, I'd like to post at an hour before the match. So if you can do sooner, otherwise, like 45 minutes before the match at the latest, I will post those 2 orders. So that's the order that your players must compete in. Again, as I go on, all the matches may not happen on the same day. So we're going to go 5v5. So the first game starts, the first 2 competitors will go. Whoever wins that match goes on to the next match against the second player on the other team. So essentially, it's until 5 players are eliminated, best of 9. It ends up being. So it's going to be Clash, 5-minute rounds, 1v1. So it'll be interesting to see, I think, how the players are distributed. Do you want to lead with your strongest people? And then if whoever wins the first match essentially steamrolls everyone? Or do you want to hope for a lucky match in the first one and then have someone in the back in case you don't get it? So I think that'll be the most interesting thing that we'll see. So it's sort of like a soccer or hockey shootout. So again, 5-minute rounds of Clash. No weapons loadouts, no guardian load or class loadouts. Just 1v1. Play your best game that you know. The rosters will be secret until which point you give them to me. Again, no later than 1 hour before your first match. At that point, I'll post them in the league chat and on the main board. And then those players will go. So if, say, Shane and Frank's team play, first matchup is War Wizard and Frank. Again, this is hypothetical. They can play that, say, tonight even. Say they play at 8 o'clock. By 7 o'clock, I would need to have had those rosters in. So I post the scores. Frank and War Wizard play. Well, now maybe Frank's second person, it could get a little hairy. I'd prefer if it all goes at once, but obviously with 5 people, and since you're not all playing all the time, you're going to have people waiting. If it needs to say the next person needs to go to the next day, or there's a longer gap between just to fit the people in, that's fine. Captains can work that out. Ideally, again, if you can go back to back to back, that'd be great. I think this would be a great one. Obviously, we have like 4 or 5 people who stream right now. Probably those people won't. One of those may be in every match, maybe not. So I think these will be fun to watch. So if you are able to stream and you haven't yet, obviously that'd be great. So the community can watch. I think it's been fun watching and listening to, especially last week. If you haven't had the opportunity, you should go into a party chat with both teams muting each other so you can hear everything going on and they can hear you, so you can heckle everyone and hear everyone complain about Pale Ale shoulder charging everyone. I think that was the highlight of last week. So if you can do that, again, no straggly. There will be any exotics you want, any weapons you want, however you want to roll. Leave it up. Gonna just leave it up to the skill. I'm not going to make loadouts, just one-on-one. However you want to roll it. Hell, run Not Forgotten against Diamond if that's really what you want to do. Or Pale can just shoulder charge Gabby all night. Or Priestley, because, that would be more fun for everyone. So, yeah. So, like I said, Chronosaurus for CGOW and any raids you didn't complete still going on. This is the last week of the league, so obviously those have to all be done this week. Ordeal 950, no supers at all. So it doesn't matter what class or what subclass you play. You can use grenades in melee. Kinetic will be bow or sniper, kinetic sniper. Energy will be bow. Grenades or heavy will be anything you want. PvP, 5v5, five people on each team, 5v5 in 1v1 matches of Clash, 5-minute rounds. No weapon class or subclass restrictions. The winner is the last team with players remaining on their bench. This is the week I will be putting up the signups for next season. And like I've mentioned before, that some people I know have mentioned that they want to take a break maybe from the league or not do it, but I would like to do it again. I will be taking part myself next season. We'll be looking for captains. The final number of captains will sort of depend on how some of the things end up working out with the polls, which are also important. So check those out. A new thing was mentioned to me this week that it would be good if I did the announcements on Monday. So essentially you're not losing Tuesday. I try to as early in the week as I can. Obviously I've been having class. I didn't have class today. So I've had to do it as late as I've done it. I tried to do it earlier today, so to give you more time after this announcement to play. The only concern I have with doing it on Monday is the weapons rotation. Obviously, it'll be different next season because they'll give us a new artifact, and all the progress we've made will go to nothing. But with the modifiers and the champion modifiers specifically, I've gotten a lot of complaints. Got a lot of complaints about loadouts. I know, especially like that first bow week, I got a lot of complaints. Some other weeks I've gotten complaints. So that's why I'm hesitating. I did add it to the poll though, the general poll. So if you do want to check that out and vote on it, go do that. The poll, once the post itself goes live, the polls will be tagged again, so you don't have to go searching. This week's announcement will be a notification or is it a notice? Not an important notice, but a notice. So it'll be at the top. You can check it out pretty easily. I'll also include the signups. I'll add that tag in when I actually set that up. And then in week 12, I believe is the week I have decided to go with the draft. So we have about 3 weeks of 2.5 weeks of signups. I want to finalize before the last day our numbers, if possible, figure out how many captains we need, rotate out these captains. I know some of them are stressed, trying to get their teams to show up. Hopefully, now that people have seen it happen, some new people maybe will want to go. This is the last week. If you're not participating, I don't think anyone's really at risk who hasn't been already removed from the community for not checking in, of being removed from the league. So that's good. So try to participate as much as you can. There will be I'll do an announcement, maybe not Tuesday next week. I got to figure out when, but I'll do a final announcement, announce some kind of award / superlative / whatever you want to call them. next week, probably Tuesday or Wednesday, and the final announcement of the winners, who I think we kind of know who's that's going to be, but who knows? I can give bonus points all I want. So, whatever I want, I want. So, again, it's Prez, Origin Gaming. We are a multi-gaming community. We have leagues. If you're checking this video out, you want to hit me up on PSN, FTR Press, just like my YouTube handle. We have 4 Destiny clans, of which are part of our community. A Division 2 clan, a GTA and Red Dead clan, and Anthem. A group of us sort of kind of played Anthem for a while, and some people might be going back. And as well as DCU, some smaller games. But if you are interested, just again, hit me up in the comments or on Band. I will link our community affiliates in the comments again, like I did last week. And again, this is Prez signing off. Have a good one and good hunting this week, Guardians.